Our geography means that flying is a great way to get around, and undoubtedly that's why Alaska has 8 times as many pilots and 15 times as many aircraft per capita as the rest of the United States. For most of us, when we want to fly in Southeast, that means getting in your car, driving to the airport, walking to the counter, and purchasing a ticket. But some people only have to walk to their plane. When you have your private pilot's license, as they say, the sky's the limit.
I enjoy flying very much. I still get a great deal of enjoyment even after putting 8 hours in the cockpit as part of my job. I still enjoy flying.
About 22 years ago, I drove out to a little airport in at Troutdale, Oregon, and I'd always kind of had an interest in aircraft, and they were offering a special and free complimentary ride of some sort. So I took the ride, and I think the flight instructor might have been overdoing or maybe promoting a little bit, but he indicated that he thought I was a pretty natural pilot, and that must have been enough to get me going on the thing. And so about 5 hours later, I had a private pilot's license, and I moved to Alaska. Shortly after I came to Alaska, I got involved in a little Luscombe on floats in a partnership with a fellow that lived here. And that went for about 7 years, and then he left, and I sold the airplane, and I bought a Cessna 210, and I had that in a partnership for a few years, and I kind of missed the floats, and I came back and ended up buying a lake, and my wife and I are partners in the lake.
As far as, you know, why I got into it 20-odd years ago, I think at that time it was just something that I thought, it was a challenge at that point. Something that I often wondered if I could do. And I wasn't making very much money in those days, but we made enough to go out and rent an airplane and find out if I enjoyed flying, and then find out if I could get a private pilot's license, and it just kind of continued from there. Alaska is probably one of the last frontiers for flying. It's the last place where you can just go out and enjoy yourself.
You can go just about anywhere in the state that you want to go and enjoy the scenery. Down in the South 48, there's many airports that you need very sophisticated equipment to land at, transponders, encoding altimeters, things that talk to radar, plus additional ratings to get into certain airports, and there's a lot of restricted airspace. In Alaska, we're not hampered so much by those restrictions, and there's still a significant degree of freedom to flying up here, not to mention the fact that it's almost a primary means of transportation. You have to plan a little bit farther ahead in Alaska because the airports are fewer and farther between, and there's not as many navigational aids up here.
Okay, here we go. Okay, now we're going to pull the wheels up. Landing gear is coming up.
My recommendation, if a person wants to learn to fly, I would recommend going someplace to Arizona, Nevada, California, to a certified flight school where they have aircraft, flight instructors, examiners, and everything right there on the field. Get your written test passed. Take 2 to 3 weeks and just go down there and just hammer it until you get it finished up.
Okay, Charlie, since we came out here to teach you to fly, let's go ahead and get you started here. Put your feet on the rudder pedals. Adjust the chair so that you feel comfortable. All right, go ahead and take hold of the wheel. All right, now just try and keep it straight and level.
And just look outside. This is the picture that you want. If you raise the nose a little bit, you'll see that you have less horizon. If you lower the nose a little bit, you have more horizon. But right level, that's what you see. And I want you to get used to this attitude for straight and level flight. Now, as we work our way across Hawk Inlet over here to the right, let's do a couple of nice, easy turns. A little bit to the right, maybe about 45 degrees or so. And then once you get over there, level the wings back to regular cruise, and then make another one back to the left. That's the idea, just like that. You'll notice this plane has a fairly heavy rudder, so do more than just think about the rudder as you're making your turn. Remember to coordinate the rudder a little bit as you turn the aileron, push the same, if you're turning left, a little left rudder, a little left aileron. Then once you get the plane established in the angle of bank that you want, kind of neutralize the controls. Some students actually will buy a plane first and then learn to fly it, and that's fine. That's about the only way you can do it in Juneau. When I'm talking to a person that's interested in learning to fly, we go out, we may take a familiarization ride in an airplane, a Cessna, a lake, whatever it happens to be, and they get excited about it, and they see what you're seeing, the fun, the freedom, the relaxation, and then we have to start adding up the numbers. You know, I just want people to go into this thing with their eyes open, and if after you know all the facts, if you're still excited about it, enthusiastic, go for it. It offers a sense of freedom to me, just what I'm doing here. The whole idea of being able to kind of get away from it all and relax and do something that I enjoy doing. I've been accused of changing lakes as often as most people change fishing lures. If the fishing isn't too good, I'll cast 3 or 4 times and then hop in the plane and go to another lake. There's a certain solitude, and I like to fish. I like to catch fish, but it's not a critical ingredient. Just being out here and occasionally you'll see a bear working its way up through the trees, or an eagle will come down and soar about. And it's just, I don't know, that appeals to me.